Hey, what's up you guys, it is Silversun here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my review on Mob Psycho Season 2, Episode 12. Alright, so the first thing we see is right where we left off in the last episode with Mob going up against Suruzawa, I believe his name is? Suruzawa? The umbrella guy. Basically, Mob comes in and he starts fighting him, and upon fighting him, or not, well, he doesn't start fighting him, actually they start talking at first, and then um, like he releases the prime minister, I believe. So he sets him free, and he's all happy and excited about that and stuff. And I had a feeling that this was gonna happen. Him and Mob are actually pretty similar in the sense that they both started out as outcasts from society. Shizawa pretty much went down the wrong path and trusting the Claw boss. Whereas Mob, we already know, went to Reagan for advice, and now he's doing what he's doing now and stuff like that. So Mob went down the good path, and he focused on his weaknesses and gained friendship with people, not with his psychic powers, but with, his own personality and his kindness and such. That pretty much got him through most of his problems and whatnot. But in Shirazawa's case, he he was isolated from everybody because everybody thought he was weird with his psychic powers and whatnot, much like Mob, and he didn't want to see anybody. He was just in his room playing video games until the claw boss came in, gave him his little umbrella, pretty much like um, faking his friendship with him, pretty much making it seem like he has a place to stay, has, friends with all the other claw members and whatnot, but it's not true. And Mob tells him that because Mob actually has friends now. He knows for a fact that the whole uh, the whole organization thing that he's in and whatnot, it's not true. It's all just, fake and whatnot. But that's all the guy really wanted was like friendship and just like to be accepted and whatnot. And Mob was pretty much the first person to take on that friendship with them, and he pretty much, talked it out with them. Basically, there wasn't too much fighting to it, aside from the big blast that Shizawa threw at Mob, and Mob caught it. He infused his own powers with it, sent it back to him. Shizawa blocked it, and from there he was able to see all Mob's, struggles and whatnot throughout the series and whatnot, what he's been through, and from there he pretty much realized that they're quite similar, and I thought it was really nice how it uh how it unfolded, because I felt like something like this was gonna happen, because like I knew for a fact that Shizawa wasn't like an evil guy and whatnot. I believe he released the prime minister and whatnot. I don't know if I told that already or not, but yeah, like he did that, and then like every other time he was on screen, he was like, I don't know, he didn't have the same kind of ambition, or as the same kind of negativity as all the other claw members and whatnot. He didn't seem like he was out for anybody, but he was like for world domination or anything like that. He was just, there and whatnot. So Mob goes up to the final boss, aka Show's dad, and Show's obviously beaten to a pulp at this point. He's not able to stand or anything like that, so Mob comes in. He gives him some of his energy, but it doesn't really help because every time he tries to go in to help Mob, he gets blasted back by his dad. So basically, Mob first tries to talk to him, to the boss, pretty much telling him, like, this whole world domination plan of yours isn't gonna work. I mean, yeah, you may be all powerful and such, but you can't do it alone. You need the help of other people and whatnot. People need people to, help one another and stuff, and basically just pouring his philosophies and his beliefs onto the guy. And pretty much the boss is just like, no, he's not listening to it at all or anything like that. Mob even offered to like be his friend and whatnot, and he's just like, no, I'm not buying it. My strength surpasses everybody. I went around the whole world and nobody else was able to match my power. Why do I need, friendship or anything like that? You know what I mean? So, pretty much, Mob goes in and they start fighting, and the crazy thing about it, at least in the beginning part, is that Mob's going all out 100% rage, right? 100%. Freaking the boss is just going 10%, using 10% of the output, and it's just crazy to think of that, because like, if that's the case, then how's he really gonna beat him? I mean, sure, everybody could like band together and like maybe overwhelm him, but like even still, like you saw what happened to them when they fought Shimazaki. I think that's what his name was, right? Shimazaki, the teleporter psychic. They was having a rough time with him. So if they're having a rough time with him, how are they gonna stand for the boss, especially when they're all like tired and like injured and whatnot? Like I just don't understand how they're gonna defeat this guy. Honestly, it doesn't seem like he could be reformed. I mean, his charge down he didn't work at all. But pretty much, we get the first half of this fight near the end of the episode, and next episode, episode 13. I'm so glad they actually got a 13th episode, much like Megalobox, because it's definitely what they needed, in my opinion. But pretty much, it's like the first half of the fight, and then the next episode is going to continue on British1.5, much like all the other episodes, as it should. But also, uh, during their fight, Reagan comes in, or well, Dimple actually gets kicked by the boss, so he pretty much wriggles away out to where everybody else is outside the building and whatnot, and he pretty much tells Reagan what's going on and stuff, and so Reagan goes in to help, and in order to help, he pretty much came in with one of the, I forgot, I don't remember any of these guys' names, and it's really unfortunate because like they all are important, but like the only people I remember is like obviously the main characters and stuff like that. All these side characters. I mean, some of them I remember like Tomei, um, Onigawara, all of them and stuff like that. Most of the school like classmates and whatnot, but like all the other actors and like claw members and whatnot, I can't really remember their names for the life of me. But in any case, the claw member with the gun, um, Reagan pretty much took it and she went up there to confront the boss and whatnot. And at this point, Mob was just like, I think he only punched him once and he was just down. Like, it's crazy, but pretty much Mob's like bleeding out. He's like beating up and whatnot, not looking too good. Reagan comes in with the gun. He shoots at him, but it obviously has no effect. The guy has a barrier around him. And so pretty much he drops it and he starts talking to the boss, pretty much trying to persuade him to let him join him, quote unquote, just trying to set him up for one of his special moves, pretty much. And upon landing that special move, it looked like it was going to be a hypnosis punch, but he obviously couldn't land it. The guy was too quick for him, and he pretty much showed up behind him, and he was just saying like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Like, it makes a lot of sense why both of you guys are, master and student or whatnot. You're both so weak, so uh, uncoordinated and whatnot." Basically, just mocking them, and so he pretty much has Reagan cornered at this point. And before Reagan can even have time to react, he pretty much blows him up right in front of Mob. Mob like looks at it from the ground, because he's beating up and whatnot, and then the explosion happens, but Umbrella Man blocks the blast for Reagan this time, but the blast pretty much disintegrates his umbrella, and so he's about to, he's about to, the boss is about to fire back at them again, and then Mob pretty much gets back up, and he's at 100% rage now, I believe, and so the boss pretty much just goes to fight them, goes to destroy Reagan and Suruzawa, I believe his name was again. It's a new name. I'm still trying to remember it, but basically he goes to take care of them first, but then Mob intervenes and he saves them more or less. They end up falling out of the building, but then one of the claw members, the newer one with the plant abilities and whatnot, he saves them with the plants and whatnot to catch them. But Mob pretty much goes down, fights the boss, and he pretty much actually takes the building and levitates it upward into the sky, so now you can just go on right against the guy, and that's literally the episode ends that way. Like right in the middle of that, basically. And it seems like the next episode is obviously going to be a final episode, final boss down, basically. And I'm just wondering how long this is going to wrap up. It's like, how long do you think the treatment was? It doesn't seem like the guy needs to be a foreign lord. Like, I mean, we'll just see. We'll see. Not having gone completely all out this year, so I mean, only time will tell. But I really can't wait for that next episode and just seeing how all this unfolds and finishes. I actually kind of, I wish that I said to you, bro, this series is like a really good series, but I'll give my history on that next review, the finale or whatnot. But as far as this episode goes, I really enjoyed it. It was pretty good. Not as action packed and as crazy as the last episode, but it honestly really did not have to be. I feel like they finished everything out pretty well with Kurosawa's backstory and the beginnings of the mob and final boss, while fighting and whatnot. I thought that was really well done, as well as raising the and everything like that. It had a lot of good moments in this episode. And we'll see how the next episode plays out, see what kind of moments we got there.